Thank you very much, Cahill. As we know, the large-scale sports infrastructure fund is extremely important for the further development of all sports, both for women and men. And I was very glad to hear the Minister reiterate again this morning his commitment to ensuring that the projects that have already received approval, that they will proceed as soon as possible. Apart from the important sports events within our own country, we need to ensure that we have a range of sporting facilities to attract even more international games and events. And going forward, sports facilities and stadia should be multi-purpose and facilitate as many sports as possible. Thank you, Cahill.
I want to thank Deputy Smith indeed Deputy O'Sullivan for the question as well. The large-scale sports infrastructure fund that I outlined already this morning was a very significant fund, awarded approximately 86.4 million to 33 different projects, and details including project in Cavan are on the Department's website. I outlined already this morning the difficulties with some of those projects due to the pandemic and then subsequently construction inflation. We have gone through all the projects to try to encourage them along. Only a very small number have opened, but I was at the official opening of the Athletics Hub in Newcastle West, which is a fabulous facility. And I love the bit I love about that particular project is its public access to it. It's not simply for athletes who will need it and use it, and that's what we want to see. The linear walkway in Dunboyne, I officially opened that, and Walsh Park in Waterford Phase 1 is now complete. But some of the projects are very slow. That's an issue, and we want to make sure that we can get these projects, the rest of them, insofar as we can, off the ground. And what we did recently was we engaged with the Department of Public Expenditure and Reform. And officials wrote to all of the LSSIF grantees, inviting them to apply for additional funding support by the 4th of August 2023. And there's been work ongoing in the department since then. And I do hope to be in a position in due course to announce further allocations to grantees with a view to ensuring that all of the projects that are awarded go ahead. And I would hope that there would be a new round of LSSIF, and we're continuing to engage with the Minister for Public Expenditure in relation to that.
Thank you, Deputy Smith.
Thank you, and I thank the Minister for his response, and I also want to put on the record that I welcome the Minister's engagement with me to date on the proposed Cavan Sports Complex. Minister, I can assure you, as I did previously, that the Cavan Regional Sports Complex has advanced significantly since the original decision to award funding in 2020. I compliment Cavan County Board of the GAA, Cavan County Council and the Royal School in Cavan, who are the promoters of this project, along with the strong support from other local and national sporting bodies. They're very strong in their support for this project. It's a facility, Minister, that will cater for as many sports as possible, with a very strong emphasis on minority sports and women in sports. Minister, you're very familiar, as Minister Martin would be, with Breffni Park in Cavan. This new sports complex will adjoin Breffni Park, and it would be complementary to the excellent facilities we have there already. It would have a range of sporting facilities. Minister, what I'm anxious is that the request put to your department for further funding following your department's call in relation to the possibility of securing additional funding, that the Cavan application would be progressed and approved as soon as possible.
Thanks, Minister.
Thanks very much. I'm really hopeful that the Cavan project will be able to start and be completed. There have been active discussions between the department and the promoters of the Cavan Regional Sports Campus that Deputy Smith has been in touch a lot with me about. I'm very committed to that project. We're very committed to that project as well. We did offer further funding during the summer to everybody, and almost all of the LSSIF recipients applied for further funding, and I do hope to be in a position in due course to announce further funding. And the idea of that funding would be to get these projects off the ground, and I sincerely hope that it will. They had difficulties, but they're really worthwhile projects. They're projects that we want to see built, and I know Deputy Smith and his colleagues in Cavan want to see this project completed and built as well.
Thank you, Minister. And again, I just want to put on the record that I've been very glad to work closely along with Cavan County Council, with Brendan Jennings and John Donoghue, with the Cavan County Board, Kieran Callahan and Martin Cahill, along with the Royal School in Cavan, Bishop Ferrin, Glenfield, Patrick Corley and Canon Lidwell. They're really working together to ensure that this is a real community project, and we will have a huge range of new facilities catering for all sports. quite a large number of playing pitches, hockey pitches, athletics tracks, all of that really encompassing a strong sports complex. Minister, a few weeks ago I had the pleasure of attending in Breffni Park the Ulster rugby game against Glasgow Warriors. Cavan County Board of the GA are ensuring that their facilities are available to other sports, and that's the type of policy we need going forward, that our sporting facilities of all sizes, the smaller stadia and the larger stadia, that they cater for different sports and not just for the sports of their parent discipline. Thank you.
Deputy Smith, of course, I'll continue to work with you in relation to the project in Cavan, and I hope to be announcing extra funding for successful applicants for increased funding for LSSAF in due course.